Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercrafts 67. How are we all today? Monday morning. Very early here this morning. So today I'm going to make a little window-faced pocket. I've been following along with the Junk Journal July. I haven't actually been participating in it, but I've been watching a lot of Meg's journals and I find her very inspiring. And one of the prompts, I'm not sure for what day, but one of the prompts is to tip in. And I have noticed on a few different Facebook platforms that people are asking the question, what is a tip in? Basically, a tip in is anything that flips or folds into your journal. It's a element that you attach to an existing page within your journal and it tips into the page. It can be attached any way you want it, but I am going to make one today and we're just going to do a hinge, and I think that's sort of quite a common way to attach a tip in. In Meg's journals, she was using window-faced envelopes, like, junk mail envelopes, but I didn't have any, so I'm going to make one. I'm going to make one myself. So that's just my example of what I have done for a tip-in, and we'll make one together on camera now. So I haven't got any envelope, so I'm going to use a piece of, this is a half sheet of music paper. I've got just some brown packaging paper for my hinge, and I've just got some vellum. This is a gold, it's got a gold sheen to it. It's not normally something that I would use, but for this project and with the colour of the music paper, I thought it worked quite well. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sheet of paper and I'm going to fold this one this way. Fold it in half, basically. Now the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else is, because this music paper is very old, it's very brittle. So I'm just going to take a bit of washi tape and I'm going to just reinforce where that fold mark where I've folded in half. Just going to reinforce that with a bit of washi tape, and then that'll be on the inside so it won't be seen, but it'll just reinforce that spine. So again, back to the beginning, folding a piece of, now I'm using music paper, but you could use anything. And this one measures about 6 inches by about 4.5. So I'm actually just going to rip off about 1/2 inch on the side, because I want it to be about 4 inches. So there's my pocket, and I'm just going to keep this as the back of my tip in, because it's got a 1978, it's got written on there. So this tip in is, whereas this one here, if I can find it again, will tip from the right hand side. I'm going to make this one tip in from the left hand side. So the difference of that is just where your opening is placed. And yeah, you can work that out when you're making your journal. It's going to have a sip of coffee. So all I'm going to simply do, I'm going to take this flap here that folds over, and just with a craft knife and a ruler, I am just going to cut out a window. And it doesn't have to be a huge window. I'm just eyeballing. I'm just going to go just like that. And the same on this side. Just sort of eyeballing, trying to make it straight. Down to about there. And then I'm just going to cut that out. And then we'll cut this one at the top. And then that's going to create my window for my tip-in. I might just bring that over just a tiny bit more, make it a bit more center. I'll just And that's a bit better. That's a bit more center. So just cut a window out of your page. Easy and simple like that. And then just to create that window, I'm just going to use a sheet, or I'm going to cut from this piece of vellum. And I just want the piece big enough so that it will cover my window. Just like that. And then I'm just going to glue that in place. I will be sewing on it, so I'm not too worried about gluing every little section. I just want it to sort of hold in place. So there we go. Instead of using an envelope with a window face, I am going to be using this piece of vellum as my window. I've just got to cut that down a bit because it's over my fold mark. Okay, so there is our little window. And now I'm just going to decorate up the pocket. And in a mystery box from Sue at Paper Inspirations a while ago, when she was doing her mystery boxes, I received some of these beautiful, beautiful papers. They're very vintage looking, very shabby chic, and beautiful roses and birds, and the colours are beautiful. So I just thought I might use some of this paper to just decorate my page. I just want to pick something. I should have probably had this a little bit more organised. But anyway, we won't be long. Oh, I love that. And yeah, I'm just looking for something that's got lots of floral coverage on the pattern, on the paper. That one's beautiful. All right, so now all I'm going to do is basically I'm just going to rip strips from this page, sort of to cover around, to frame out my window sort of thing. So just that sort of thing. And then I'm just going to do 2 top and bottom. And frame it and frame it. And that's all I'm going to do. Actually, I might do that and that. So just with a bit of glue stick, I'll just put this glue away. Just with a bit of glue stick, I'm just going to glue those down in place. Glue stick. And I am just going to ink my edges. The edges that sort of meet that window. So that one, and this one, and then my top one, and my bottom one. You can always come back and ink more as you go. All right, so just with a bit of glue stick, I'm just going to frame up my window. I just want that just to overlay on that vellum a bit. Did everyone survive the weekend? It went really quickly, did for me. Very, very quick weekend. But it was lovely. We went to visit with my younger daughter. She's not feeling very well at the moment, so we went and had a little visit with her. And yeah, just did a bit of housework, just that kind of fun stuff that you do on the weekend. And we'll do our last one up here. right, so that is our window pocket framed up. I'll just probably cut those a little shorter on my edges. And I've got one over here. All right, so that is our little pocket framed up. And now to make the hinge, that's so simple. All I'm going to use, I've got this brown paper packaging. So I am just going to cut, I don't know, about an inch. I've just got the paper stuck to my fingers. All right, so I'm just going to cut about an inch. Again, I'm just eyeballing. And then I'm going to take that hinge and I am going to fold it in half. Just like that. Now what I'm going to do is, my pocket is still open, so I'm going to open up my pocket, going to take my hinge and one half of it I'm going to stick to my page, to the inside of my pocket. So I'm going to take that like so, and then I'm going to do that before I close my pocket up, and then I'll just cut that level to my page so you won't actually see it from top and bottom. And then this second piece here, this second hinge, all I'm going to do when I'm ready to pop it into my journal, there's a few ways you can attach it. You can attach it that way onto your existing page if you wanted to. But I'm going to take my hinge and I'm just going to wrap it around my page. And then that piece, this side of the hinge, will stick onto the page that you choose. So I'm not going to stick that in just yet because I will want to do some sewing. But with this one here that I've completed, my hinge is on the inside, so you can't really see it here. But when you turn this page over, then you've got the hinge attached to the back side of the page, just like that. So that's my hinge, and that's what creates the tip-in as such. So I just want to do a little bit of decorating on this page. And again, I'm just going to pull from my paper, and I just love that rose. I think that rose is gorgeous. So I'm just really going to roughly just rip it out, or tear it out, I should say. The good thing with this paper is it tears really easily. I'm not worrying about getting too close, or I'm just tearing out the picture, however it ends up. And I'm just going to take that tiny bit there. So I've just got that beautiful rose image. I think that's so pretty. And I've got, what happens there, I've got this little bit of music paper left from where we closed our window, opened our window up, and I just sort of like that to frame the rose a little bit. That's quite a tall one though. I might take that top part off. We can use that for something else. That's a better size, I think, because I don't want to cover up too much of my page, of my window. So I'm just going to rip this down a bit and just kind of sit it in behind so that it just breaks it up a little bit. So that's going to be my decoration. I will sew around my pocket window, the window section, and then I will put that one down. And just give it some ink to define those edges a bit. And the same with the music paper. And then I'm just going to stick the rose onto the music paper. Just about like that. Like I said, you don't see much of the music paper, but it's just just to lift that image up a little bit. Okay, so I will stick that in place. I'm going to ink around the edges of my pocket. All right, and then I'll put this one down. And I'm just going to put that to this corner, about like that. And then I just want some sort of sentiment or something to go on it. And I'm just going to have a look through. I'll put these away now. And for a sentiment, I'm just going to pick something from these collage strips from Tim Holtz. So I'll just pull these out. And I did use this on my other one, but I just love this purple stamp. I think that's really pretty. So I'm thinking I might just put something like that there. And what have we got? Love, Sweet Love Remembered. Let me have a look. Oh, I like that number 163. That's nice. Style number. Oh, I like that. Style number. That could be cute. I like that one too. I love these collage strips. There's just so many ideas, full of bright hope. That's beautiful too. Do all the good you can. Oh, I like that. Yeah, it's really hard for me. I find it awfully difficult to cut these up. Let's go full of bright hope. That's beautiful. Secret of everyday things. Hold tight a while. Your charming smile. They're just all too pretty. Let's pick full of bright hope. I don't know if I want that one. The happiness of coming home. So bear with me for a minute, guys. Most beautiful thing. I'm whisper to my heart. Oh, they're all just too nice. Most beautiful thing. Let's go with that one. So we'll take these away. Oh, but then there's this one. Sweet Love Remembered. I don't know. We'll find it when we get there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stamp down there. I'm going to bring a bit of black in there. So I'm going to cut out this here. I'm going to move that stamp up to there, and I like that there, and maybe we don't even need a sentiment. Maybe that's just nice like it is. All right, so we'll put a bit of ink around this one. Bit of ink around this one. And we'll stick those down in place. And our stamp, we'll stick that down in place. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to worry about a sentiment. I like that just like it is. And then, as I said, I will machine sew around my window pocket, my window. I don't know why I keep calling it a face. And then we've got our tip in. So when you are ready to add it to your journal, once you've finished all your embellishing and everything else, then as I said, you would bring it into your journal. And I've got my hinge at the back there, so I would just lay that hinge over that page, glue it in place. And then once you're happy with where it is, then all you need to do is glue down that side and glue down that side and close it up. And then you have another pocket for your journal. Oh, if I could get that in. Pocket for your journal, which you can see what's inside. It's a flip out, so that is called a tip in. A tip in, a flip out. So there you go, guys. If anyone is a little bit confused as to what a tip-in is, and a tip-in can be anything you want it to be. It doesn't have to be a pocket. It could be a tag that you attach with a hinge, or you could just staple it in. You could sew it into place. As long as it flips out and flips back in or tips back into your journal, that is what is classed as a tip-in. So there you go. I'm not going to close that up yet. I want to do my sewing. But yeah, just a little bit of, I'm trying to complete this floral journal, and I'm just really looking for floral elements. So I just loved that bit of interaction within your journals. It's just a neat way to add some extra bulk or pages, or you can put a pocket on the back. You could leave that blank for journaling. All sorts of things. You could put a pocket on the front. You can do all sorts of things. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Give them a go. They're fun, they're quick, and they're very, very easy. Please stay safe and well, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.